Hi, guys, and welcome back to Live and Learn with Livy. Clearly, I am fucking Livy. I am your host. Oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like one day I will come on here and not feel like I'm literally going through the fucking trenches of something, but oh wait, also guys, I'm like trying not to swear that much anymore. Anyways, but I've just been up since like 5 in the morning when my wake up time was like 8 in the morning, so I'm just a little bit exhausted, just a little bit tired. I also like strained something in my back. Like something's definitely wrong with my back, but like I'm going to bring all the best energy today because today is also like such a fun and beautiful day. And we'll get into why I'm in like the best mood ever today. But let me give you guys like a little week intro. Number one, my mother comes into town tomorrow. Yeah. No, 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 no. Like I'm equally as scared. The thing is, I think we'll have a good time because most of the time we're not with Sissy. Sorry, Sissy. But like I feel like my mom gets like really mean to me when Sissy's around. So a lot of the time it's just like me and my mother, which I'm like, okay, that's perfect. Like I can deal with that. Like we can have fun together. But when Sissy's involved, for some reason, like the woman loses her fucking mind and is just like so like rude to me, and I don't know like what that's about. But also she does have she's gonna hate that I'm like telling you guys this, she has anxiety, but she will diagnose it as everything but anxiety. So for her it's like she's like, no, the barometric pressure in the air is like making me sick to my stomach, like the barometric pressure, like I cannot do it. And I'm over here like, so what on earth is the barometric pressure? And she's like, it's not anxiety. When I'm like, babe, it's anxiety, like calm it down. You're talking to the panic attack queen herself over here. Like, come on, girl. Like, it's okay to have anxiety, but she's just like one of those people that can't accept that she has anxiety. She's like, it's the scent that you just sprayed. Like over Christmas break, she was so pissed off at Sissy. She was like, Sissy, why would you spray that perfume? And now like my nasal passages are closing up and I can't breathe. And Sissy was like, because I sprayed perfume. And she was like, yeah. And it was like, okay, babe, I actually don't think it was the perfume. I think you have anxiety, and that's okay. Like, let's just take a deep breath. Mind you, over like Christmas break, I'm like trying to have her hold an ice cube. I'm like, hold an ice cube, girl. She's like mid panic attack. I'm like, hold the ice cube, hold the ice cube. I'm like, breathe in. She's like, get away from me. She's like, it's not anxiety. I have the stomach flu. Was the woman fine 20 minutes later? Absolutely. So was it anxiety? Absolutely. But that's her truth. If she wants to say, you know what, I'm not anxious, I don't have anxiety, go crazy, woman, go crazy. So, yes. Oh, also, you guys, like, not okay. I come on here to complain. So, like, I'm going to fucking complain. Anyways, this has happened to me twice in a row now, okay? I always schedule my hair appointments for like 11 in the morning. I like them early. I want my hair appointments early, whatever. And every single time, and it pisses me off so much because I'm like, if I'm doing an early morning hair appointment, I'm not gonna work out, like da 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 da. And I'm just the type of person, we know I'm type A. I literally just posted a day in my life about it. I'm very type A. Anyways, but I'm so type A to the point where like I hate when anything in my schedule like gets rearranged or anything like that. Like it really does freak me out, and it just like I don't know why I just like freak out. My hairdresser, second time in a row, I'm full beat, right? Because I want to have my makeup done when I go get my hair done. Full beat. She's like, hey, girl, can like we reschedule? And you know what? And it's rude of me. And it's rude of me to be like, seriously. But like 2 times in a row, I'm full beat. So today I was like, oh, nothing else to do besides like get glam and get going with the day. And I was like, okay, looks like we're recording the podcast on a Tuesday. Normally I record on Wednesdays. I said, fuck that. Let's do it today. Let's do it today. Oh, also, I'm so excited because I hit 100,000 on Instagram, and oh my gosh, when was that a long time coming? Like that's one that I've had on the vision board for like a minute now. And you would think that I would have it because I have million plus on TikTok, but Instagram is a world of its own. Like it's a beast of its own, and I didn't start post. Who knew you had to post reels to grow? Who knew you had to repurpose your content? I had no idea until last year. Actually, last year, my friend Maddie was like, girl, you have to be posting on Instagram. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. So I've been posting on Instagram reels, and I've just been really into growing my Instagram. I think it's becoming one of my favorite platforms. Honestly, TikTok's my least favorite platform. I think it goes like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm falling out of love with TikTok a little bit, and that's just that. That's fine. I think that's just called growth, and like I'm growing and I'm changing or whatever. But like I was so excited to hit this 100,000. Like I am so excited. So in honor of today's episode of me hitting 100,000, I feel like no matter what milestone I reach, I'm always gonna want to celebrate it. Like even if it's like 200,000, or even if it's like, on every single platform, like I'm gonna want to celebrate it. So, in honor of today's episode, in honor of today's accomplishment by yours truly, anyways, I decided, let me give you the behind the scenes of what it's like being an influencer, but more importantly, what it takes to become an influencer. Like everything that I put into this, because I think you just see me post a video and it does well and you're like, oh my gosh, she has brand deals. No, 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 no. There was like years behind this that led into this specific moment and how to like maintain a career in social media as well. But the reason I really wanted to do this is because it's the number one question I get from all my friends. All my friends are like, how do I become like an influencer? Are you fucking kidding me? Am I not recording? Hold on. I've never hated a camera more in my entire life. I'm going to tell you that right now. It didn't record the first half of me yapping. That's fine. Anyways, I want to throw my phone at a fucking wall. Anyways, like I was saying, the number one question I get from all my friends is how is how to become an influencer. How do I get social media to be my full-time job? How do I do this? How do I do this? And I'm always like, I love talking about it. And I love like helping people. I'm sorry, did I just literally have an aneurysm? Anyways, I love helping people get to where they want to be social media wise and like be influencers and all those things. And I was like, let me share my tips with you guys because I know a lot of people watching this are feeling the exact same way of like, oh, like how do I become an influencer? Like how do I do this? Da 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 da. So I was like, let me share you all my tips and tricks. One thing I will say though is it genuinely pisses me off when I give like the cheat code where I'm like, this is all you need to do to be a full-time content creator. And people don't do. I don't know why it just like really pisses me off, but it like irritates me because it's like, oh, I'm going out of, not with you guys, obviously, like I don't care, but like friends and stuff. I'm like, I'm going out of my way to give you the tea. I'm giving you the tea. I want you to succeed. Like, let's do this. Let's go. And they just are like, yeah. Okay, let's talk about my journey. First of all, how I got started in social media. Back in 2020 is when I really started pursuing social media. And I said, you know what, this is going to be my full-time job. I'm going to build a brand for myself and this is going to be a full-time job. I've talked about this many times. I was rocking like 4,000 on TikTok and I said, everybody move out of the way. This is going to be my full-time job. Like get the fuck out of the way. And they're like, yeah, whatever. And then it was around 2021. I had a video go viral. I gained over 65,000 followers within a couple of days. Okay. The issue with a viral video is if it's not something you normally post, it's hard to maintain that audience. It's hard to keep that audience. So yes, I had 65,000. I had 65,000 from probably 2021 till 2022, which doesn't sound that long, but that's a year of having 65,000. And it would just go up and down and up and down. And obviously, like I had that viral video, views were good for a while, but obviously they go down because the video I went viral for wasn't like my niche or wasn't what I was normally doing. And then I was like, oh wait, I have to find my footing within this. I have to figure out what I'm doing within this. And so, yeah, virality is not going to build a brand. I think that's the biggest thing anybody can take from that. Like, yes, but then again, I did go viral a little bit later and that did build a brand, but we'll get more into that. And so starting in 2021, I had 65,000. I had 65,000 until 2022. I was making absolutely no money. I was making no money whatsoever from social media, but I was still posting TikToks 3 to 5 times daily. I was still posting my Instagrams weekly. On Instagram, and I was posting my YouTube videos weekly, and I was doing the podcast weekly. I was like, I don't care if I'm making money from this or not. Eventually I will. Eventually this will be my full-time job. So I'm going to treat it as if it's a full-time job currently while I do other jobs on the side. Like I was serving full-time. I was doing a bunch of other things. Okay, not Tiny being so dramatic in the background, like huffing and puffing. And you don't even work. Anyways, girl, seriously, you don't even work. Anyways, making no money. In 2022, I hit 100,000 on TikTok. And within a couple months later, I hit 1 million. Crazy, crazy, crazy growth right there. I started doing like my story times, and that's what honestly I was known for, is like the story times. You just keep on going, I just kept posting the story times because I was like, oh wait, I have so many story times. And within a couple months, I think in October of 2022, I hit 100,000. In February 2023, I hit 1 million. So the growth was very quick. Okay. And within the growth, I would say even like around 500,000, I would say even around 200,000 is when I started getting reached out to from management and agencies. They were like, let us represent you, let us do all these things. And I was like, okay. And in those couple months, TikTok became my full-time job. Social media became my full-time job. I signed with a management team. My life changed forever. This is what I do full-time. And honestly, I loved it. Obviously, like I love what I do. I really, really love what I do. And I hope you guys can see that within the content I make and what I do is that I really do love what I do, but I put a lot of work in to get where I am today. I put years in with not making any money and posting every single day. And eventually it will pay off. But like, do not think things are going to happen overnight. Like you are not Charlie D'Amelio. Things are not going to happen overnight. Even for Alex Earl, things did not happen overnight. That girl was posting for years before a management company even like looked twice at her, which is crazy to me. But my biggest tip for you, if you want to grow your platform, is going to be sorry, am I okay? Consistency. Consistency is number one. If there's one thing that you're going to do, if you want to be a content creator, you have to be consistent. That is the only thing you have to do. You have to show up every day with a video on every platform. Even to this day, with it being my full-time job, I honestly think I posted more when it wasn't my full-time job, but I still, every single day, you are going to get a TikTok from me. You're going to get an Instagram reel from me. You're going to get a YouTube short from me. You're getting a podcast episode weekly, and you're getting a YouTube video weekly. Actually, you're now going to be getting a YouTube video bi-weekly because girl, it's been stressing me out. And if any, that's like the minimum. You're probably going to get more content from me. Like maybe you're getting 2 to 3 TikToks a day. I don't know. Depends on the day, but bare minimum is going to be 1. And the thing is, it's the consistency is everything. And even just getting that in your mind of like, okay, let me wait. Oh my God. Why does this keep doing this? I'm actually so fucking annoyed with this camera. I'm going to lose my mind. It keeps on just stopping. Bitch, I'm going to lose it. Like I literally don't want to deal with this anymore. Whatever. Consistency is the number one thing. Also, I studied the algorithm. I was like, this algorithm is going to be my bitch, and I made sure of it. So every single platform, I still to this day will study the algorithm because algorithms change so quickly. So I'm like, okay, what is benefiting this algorithm? Like, what is benefiting that algorithm? And for Instagram, I know right now is to use 3-minute plus videos. Those are really big. You should be using those, and you should be posting reels like 3 to 5 times a week, if not more, using hashtags. TikTok right now, I would say is probably like 1 to 3 times a day. You should be posting every single day. If you're posting, you're going to see growth within your account. Now, I think it's a little bit different since I do this full time, where it's like when I'm not in the mood to grow, but when I'm like strategically growing, I will have my notes written down. I will know exactly what to do for each oh my God, I'm so sorry. For each platform that I want to grow on. Like YouTube, I know YouTube's really big on SEO words of like words that are clickable titles, your thumbnails, all those things. So I like to sit and I like to study the algorithms when I want to grow my account and grow my community. Okay. So that is the number one thing I can say to you is like take a set. Like, and the thing is, that content is so available to everybody. Like look it up. Just even look it up on TikTok, how to grow on Instagram, how to grow on YouTube. You're going to get all the answers for all that. It's so readily available. And all you have to do is do it, apply it to yourself and your content. And if it's not working, try something different. Okay. But that is honestly like the backstory of how I grew because like, yes, I grew. But once I saw things hitting, I said, okay, let's continuously do this. And like the videos 3 to 5 times a day, I think really set me up for when things did take off for me and things did blow up for me. I was ready. I was ready to post 3 to 5 times a day. So then one video went viral and then I'm having 2 to 3 viral videos in a day too, which just boosted my account even more. And I think that's why I grew from 100,000 to 1 million within a couple of months because I knew, hey, I'm ready and I can do these 3 to 5 times videos for 3 to 5 times a day because I've done this when nobody was fucking watching me. So now that people are watching, I'm going to take this viral moment and make it something bigger. And so that is not what I did, but like that is what I did. And I was studying the algorithm. I still study the algorithm to this day. Actually, it's one of my favorite things to do, just to be like, okay, let's lock in. This is how we're going to grow. This is what we're going to do. And I don't know. I really love the behind the scenes of growing accounts. I think that's probably one of my favorite parts of my job is growing. That's why I'm like 100,000. Like it's such a big deal to me, but it's like, I put in a lot of work for that 100,000 and seeing the growth within it just pays off. And I just love it. Also, my number one tip for you, trending sounds are so fucking pointless. Trending sounds are not going to build you a community. Trending sounds are going to get you that quick hit of virality, and you're going to keep on going, but like it's not going to build a community. So like don't waste your time with the trending sounds. And I think that's the biggest tip I can give anyone is like the trending sounds are so fucking stupid. Like do not sit here and be like, oh, I have to use this trending sound. Literally no. Don't even hop on the trends. I wouldn't even hop on the trends. I would find, and don't niche down either. I don't believe in niching down. Whatever you want to do, create that content, and the views and everything will come as long as you're creating content that you like and that you personally feel proud of. That's what I would do. But like I said, you have to be consistent. I'm really going to stress the consistency because you can't be posting once a month and expect to be an influencer. You can't be posting once a week and expect to be an influencer. You can't be posting once like every 2 days and expect to be an influencer. It has to be a daily thing. You have to be posting daily. And even for me, when it wasn't my full-time job, I was treating it as if it was a full-time job. I said, no, we're gonna post no matter what, because that's how you grow. And to this day, I'm still posting daily. Honestly, it's just a good habit to get into where I'm like, no, I need to post. I need to do that, and I really enjoy it at the end of the day too. Like that's the part of my job too. Creating the content, I think, is very fun. But like newsflash, even when I was working 3 jobs at a time, I still had this schedule. I was still posting. I was still doing all the things that I needed to do. So to me, there's really no excuse as to why you can't be posting. I was finding time, whether that be I was staying up till 2 a.m. or I was waking up at 5 a.m. to get this shit done. If you want something bad enough, you're going to make it happen. And I think that's the biggest thing I can say when becoming like an influencer. And I don't want this at all to sound like, oh my God, like influencing is so hard. I never said it was hard. Influencing isn't hard. The growing of becoming an influencer, that I will say is very difficult because there's a lot of things that you're dealing with, even just like dealing with people who are judging you or like making fun of you or anything. Oh my God, I hate this camera. Or anything like that. Like that is a very hard thing to deal with in general. And just staying consistent and staying persistent and you're not seeing numbers right away. I think that's a really hard thing because we're in a generation of like instant gratification and everybody loves instant gratification. And when you're not seeing that right away, it's so much easier to give up. But like it took me like 2 to 3 years to get to the platform I have now. And even though that happened pretty quickly for me, like there was 2 to 3 years when I was posting and nobody was watching. And I was probably in group chats, people were probably making fun of me, but now I don't think they find it that fucking funny, bitch. And now I think they're asking me for tips how to do it. But one thing I want to say is and I can't stress it enough, but you will not grow if you are not posting consistently. You will not grow and you won't be an influencer. Like that's just that. Now, let's say you get to the point, like, it's time for a team. Like, what do I do now? It's time for a team. And you're like, what the fuck is a team? So when you reach a certain amount of followers or literally whenever, you will have managers and agents reach out to you because they want to be a part of your team. They want to represent you. They want to get you brand deals. They want to make you money. So this is how it becomes your full-time job. I think you can also apply to managers and stuff like that. Me personally, they reached out to me and let me just tell you, I interviewed 17 managers before I signed with my first management company because the things I was looking for people who understood my long-term goals and dreams, that understood, hey, I don't want to be a TikToker forever. I don't want to do TikTok forever. I have things that I want to do above that and beyond that. Yes, I will sit here and I will make all of us that money from the brand deals because they take 20% of what you make. So obviously they want to like make money off of you. But I wanted a team that didn't just see me as a paycheck, that like I walked into that meeting and they were like, you're not just a paycheck. You have a full brand that we want to help you build and things like that. That is what I really looked for when I was looking for a team, that they were like, okay, no, we will help you with your long-term goal. And I interviewed so many and I loved so many of them. I thought they were great, but it was like okay, love that. Anyways, it was my last team that I interviewed that became the team that I had for the longest amount of time. And they were my first social media team. And they were amazing. Like from the start of the interview to like working with them and everything, they are so amazing. I can't recommend them to anybody enough. I literally sing their praises every single day. because I think they were just like the best team I could ever ask for, especially starting off in that industry. Like they helped me so much, and they truly, truly, truly amazing. And they didn't just see me as just a paycheck. And most managers do see you as just a paycheck, and that's fine if that's what you want. If you're over here like, you know what, I want to build my millions instead of building a brand, that's fine. Like that's completely fine. But for me, it was more about the long term, where I know my 5-year plan. I know the goals and dreams that I want to accomplish. I know the things I have set for myself, and I want a team that is able to put in the work that we can both do this together. So that was what I wanted. I never wanted one that was just like, okay, what's your favorite brand? It's like I will work with my brands that I love, but like I really want you to understand what I want in the future so we can build that together. And they definitely did. And I was picky with my team, obviously. Like I interviewed 17 managers, and you can tell right away when someone is like knows your content or doesn't know your content, because there'd be times I'd like hop in these meetings and they'd be like, have you ever thought about starting a podcast? And I was like, girl, I've had a podcast for 3 fucking years. Like, what do you mean? Yes, bitch, yes. And I remember even when I hopped on my call with my first management ever, Logan, who was one of my managers, was like, I love Midday Matcha. And I was like, you listen? She was like, yeah, absolutely. And I was like, sign me right now. Take all my money, Logan, please. And she's honestly the best manager ever. And, but I knew right away those were my people. Also, I should like mention that your team handles everything. Brand deals, PR, your schedule, your appearances, absolutely everything. Like you talk to your team every single day. So you really should love the people that you have on your team. They are the ones that you're consistently talking to. You're consistent. Any meeting you go in, your team is there with you. Every single day you guys are probably texting about something or another. And that's really important to think about, like the people that you have around you. So your team is going to be really big in a big part of your life and a big part of your career. I've also switched managers and like went to a new team, and I loved my agency that I was with for a while. I really liked them too. I don't like getting into the nitty gritty of like why I left, or like even now that I'm searching for a new team, and I really found one that I actually very much love, but I'm trying to just like give it time, give it space, like da 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 da. And I just really care about the people who see like my long-term goals and know that we can like execute them together. And I would say I'm at the start of my point in my career where like I'm like, okay, I'm ready to build my team bigger than just my management, eventually bring on an agency. That's like a whole thing. There's like a management, there's an agency, and then you hire people so I can do more content, whether that be like an assistant or a full-time YouTube editor or a PR agency or all of these things. So like that's where I'm now looking, where I'm like, okay, I want to build this brand even bigger. So what that requires is me having a team that understands my vision and also understands the work that we need to put in so I can accomplish the things that I have set for myself within like my 5-year plan, and just like set myself up for success. And so that's like what your team is going to look like. And now I want to talk to you bitches about taxes, because fuck these taxes. Another part of my team is my business manager. So my business manager, she handles all the taxes, and love her dearly. Love her dearly. It is so rough. I fucking hate this tax shit, because basically you do not get taxed on the money you get paid. So I get paid outright. Like I just get paid all the money, and they don't tax me. So I have to pay the taxes. And like this is the one thing I'm willing to spend like good money on, is like a business manager. Because when I tell you, the IRS would have me behind bars and be like, what the actual fuck is wrong with her if I didn't have a business manager? Because I have no idea anything about taxes. I'm sorry. You think my absent father sat me down and was like, oh, by the way, this is the things that you should know about taxes. Oh, also, by the way, you're in a field where you have to do your own taxes and like take out your own money and all these things. No, absolutely. Nobody warned me about that. My mom and sister are going to listen to this and be like, we literally told you to put 30% aside for taxes. And guess what? My first year, I didn't. It's not funny, but I didn't. And I paid the consequences of that literally and figuratively. So there's a lot of things you can write off as an influencer, but your business manager, like, needs to do that. So basically what it looks like is I give her all my expenses monthly. She goes through them and sees what's write-offs, what's not write-offs. And then at the end of the year, which actually was just a couple of days ago, I just filed my taxes. There's a bunch of things of being like a LLC and an S Corp, having a business credit card. Like, I don't think you guys are interested in that much, but like there's a lot that goes into the behind the scenes of like the business of it all. And by the way, like this is actually so funny because when I first got my business credit card, I was like, charge it to the business card, like it's on the business. Guess who pays the business credit card? Me, bitch. I was over here like spending, like the business is going to pay it. And then it was time to pay the bill. And I said, I'm the business. So I am the business. Like I have to pay this. And it was one of those rude awakening moments where I was like, how the fuck did I get that one confused? But yeah, it's a different world with the taxes, bitch, and I'm not the one to describe it or explain it. So let me tell you that much. I am not the taxes bitch. Like I really am not. Okay, now let's get into the events, the PR, and the brand deals. Those are like two completely different things. So events are basically just brands will host events. Sometimes they will pay you to come to the events. Sometimes they will not. And it's just nice to like go to the event and create partnerships or like just go to the event and show face and be like, love the brand, girl. I have been to some amazing events. I have been to some questionable events. I would say for the first couple months of my career, I didn't really like events very much because honestly it is a very fake world until you really get into like the event scene and you know what it's like. It can be just like a very fake world where everyone's like, oh, for fashion week, especially in New York, they'll be like, so what shows do you have next, da da da, all these things. But at the end of the day, like you run into fake people, you run into not fake people. Like that's just life in general. I feel like whatever field you're in, you're gonna run into fake people or you're not. But events are interesting. I will tell you the best way to get me to an event is tarot card reading. Any single time they're like, we are reading tarot cards at this event, I'm like, let's go. We have to go. We have to go. And honestly, every event you go to, it's always probably open bar. Like they're feeding you, they're doing all these things. I love an event. And me now, like I love an event, and usually they're sending you Uber codes to and from the event. I probably won't go to an event if they don't have an Uber code just because like it's so convenient and it's so nice. But brands put on these like amazing events. That's the same thing with brand trips as well. I've done a couple where I went to Coachella with Grande. I absolutely loved it. That was like the best time. That had to be like the highlight of my 2024. I absolutely loved Coachella and I love the Grande team. So that's what made it even more special of like celebrating and being with the Grande team. I absolutely adored them. They were amazing. So what was I saying? But yeah. And then I also did a little staycation with Sniff. That was also very nice. Oh, Grande's also put me in a hotel a couple times. I absolutely love Grande. But where you do the brand trips are like, sometimes you'll have requirements. Sometimes you won't have requirements. Sometimes they just want you to be there. Sniff is another one. When they did the Sniff X Standard collab, I was like, sign me up. I love you guys dearly. You're the best. And I love a brand trip and I love a really great event because I like connecting with the people behind the scenes of everything. I think that's such an interesting part of their job, because they deal with so much shit. It's not even funny. Like to make these brands successful and just like have a big social media presence and all these things, like the girls and the women or the boys or anyone behind the teams are so impressive to me. And I always love to just like sit and have a conversation with them. Like, how are you doing? Because I know you're stressed, because I know it's been a long day. You work a 9 to 5 and then you have an event until 10 p.m. tonight and you have to be there because it's a part of your job requirement. Like, how are you? Like, how are things? PR is another one where normally brands will reach out to your management or your agency, or even like I get a lot of brands that are just directly in my Instagram DMs that are like, hey, like we would love to send you some stuff. So they just send over products and you don't have to post. You have to like clarify like, oh, just so you know, I won't be posting. Like I'll organically post. That was like another question I had when I wasn't an influencer full time, where I'm like, are these bitches getting paid to put the stuff to their story? No, you're not getting paid. It's just like if you really love the brand and everything they sent you, then it's like, oh, you know what? I do want to post for them. Like, I really like them. Let me put it to my Instagram story. I'm so excited. And yeah, that's how PR kind of comes about. Either the brand will reach out to you or they're going to reach out to your management and they just want to send you stuff. They send you it because they think they want you to put it in your videos. And I don't even know why, but like I love PR. Sometimes it can get very overwhelming because like there is a lot of PR. So anytime I get PR, I do like to give a lot to of the stuff that I'm not using. I like to give a lot to my friends. We call it PR shopping. I'm like, okay, it's time to go PR shopping, where they just come over and they get like a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, go right ahead and take it. So PR shopping, my friends absolutely love it. Sissy's like, can I PR shop today? Can I PR shop today? I'm like, girl, sure. And then brand deals come about by either your team reaching out to the brand or a brand reaching out to you. And that's where I would say you make most of your money. because those are like the big checks. And then I would say it has to be creator rewards programs. Like TikTok pays very well. They used to. Let me specify, they used to. And YouTube actually has a very good monetization. What was the word? Monetization program. I love YouTube. And then I would also say it has to be Instagram. Instagram pays like pretty well, but like also affiliate links. So whether that be Amazon or Like to Know It or anything, you will make money from your affiliate links. I know people who have made like over $20,000 a month just on Amazon, but they have to be like posting consistently to their Amazon. But like you can make money outside of just getting paid from a brand deal or like your creator rewards program or anything like that. And a lot of people do that by affiliate links. Like the girlies love the affiliate links, and I get it because they're getting paid fat fucking money. I'm like, I completely get it. I should probably get into that now that I say that. But that's just like a little behind the scenes of how I became an influencer. If you want to become an influencer, this is how you can as well. But I love every single one of you. Thank you guys for watching and listening to the podcast. Also, thank you so much for 100,000 on Instagram. That just made my day, and it just made my year, just hitting that number. Like I've really had that on the vision board for a minute now, and it honestly is like taken longer than I anticipated, but I love every single one of you. Have a great day, night, evening, whenever the fuck you're listening to this. I love you guys. Oh, DM me and follow Live and Learn on Instagram. Love you.